Hello everyone! Welcome to Let's Talk FGO. Today we will be talking about lots of JP news, lots of little events coming out to stall you for that big old Valentine's event they're gonna have. But also, in North America, there's a Valentine's event going on right now. It involves mass-producing chocolate, and so we have a lot of thoughts about that. We'll also wrap up our thoughts on Setsubun, because that ended for realsies. And much more on this week's show. I am one of your hosts. I am your white chocolate, Omega. With me as always, he is our German chocolate, yeah. Lucky.
Everyone, I hope you're enjoying Fate Grand Order, aka Chocolate is Still Tyranny. And while we here at Studio Omega like to bring you the latest FGO-related news and memes, we will be talking about current and future events for both the JP and EM version of the game. So anyone not wanting spoilers, work full-time at the Chocolate Factory.
Alright, so, Lucky, I'm gonna go ahead and read the Patreon intro so you can clink your thing, because then I have a point to make, which will be related to that. So, I will say that you've tuned in. We should remind you that this episode is brought to you by our patrons like Aga Comics, Qua, Jeremy Vasquez, Kylie Den, Nestor Flores, Rogue Robin, Sodasun0424, and Video Gamer 75. And that if you like what we do and want to see us do more, consider supporting us on Patreon. You can get access to episodes early and lots of other goodies. And we really appreciate your life-affirming money juice.
Thank you! I don't know if that came across.
It was a little soft, but I think it will. I'll make sure not to edit that noise at all.
I tried to, open it as hard as I could without, splashing alcohol over everything.
Yeah, so Lucky just cracked open a beer, which the reason why I wanted to go ahead and get that out of the way is because I don't know if y'all remember the drinking game rules, but ironically, despite recording Let's Talk FGO right now, Lucky and I are both playing Arknights, which means you're probably going to have to drink a lot. Fair warning.
Yeah.
Alright, but we'll try to, after faffing in the pre-show for 40 minutes.
45 technically.
Yeah, 45 minutes. We will contain all our future Arknights talk to What's Up Tomorrow, along with lots of other things.
No, we won't.
We will try. Attempts will be made. But
we will attempt.
Since we're going ahead and starting, let's go ahead and check in with everybody's favorite Kohai real quick.
Senpai, 起きてください.
That's right, everybody. It's time for Wake the Fuck Up Senpai, our regular segment for pro tips. So, this is just a little helping hint. Remember that next year the chocolates are going to be fully voiced, and that means you're going to have to collect them all anyway to get all the new scenes. And yes, this is true. Because of the way they're added, all the new voiced scenes are technically part of the archive for the new event. That means that once this event is over, you can actually get rid of all the chocolate. And probably should at some point, because if you want to see those scenes voiced, you are going to have to get them all again.
Mm-hmm. We will no longer call you a monster.
No. Only this one time, like I said, and that's because, as we discussed last week, you played yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That video actually took a little while to get some steam, maybe because the event had to start, but that did pretty good. That episode. That's good for us. I think Semiramis did okay. I should actually look at that while we're just faffing around to the intro. Really quickly, though, we could... By the way, Robin, that is not a call for you to put a faff tag right there. That was still part of Wake the Fuck Up Senpai. While I'm opening the studio page so I can look at some numbers, we can really briefly mention Records from the Throne, our regular achievement topic, because all I have to say this week is that I protected Tomoe's smile.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit, that reminds me, I forgot to add something, but I'll just add it, postscript. So, on my part, during yesterday's stream, I pulled for Lucia Nason and Semiramis, got a Kirky, and NP3 Suzuka and Pent. I actually think I got one of the best rolls I've gotten in-game, where I got 3 SRs in one pool. And I'll say Kirky gets double points because she is new. Which means immediately now I have to go get her chocolate, and I'm just like, oh my god. I have to get so much chocolate.
Reminds me of last year when I got spooked by Maeve and was like, oh fuck, I got your chocolate all of a sudden.
Also, so I'm gonna make a confession. I actually asked on air, hey guys, do you think I should throw down another $80 and do another roll? And people were all like, no, don't do it, Lucky! Take it the computer! I was like, alright, fine. And because, today, I think I mentioned I was getting paid and, I'd have money! Everyone just imagine a rabbit just having dollar bills just flow down upon him. That's me right now. And, and I said I was going to put some to rent. I'm putting some towards bills and stuff and whatnot. So I was like, all right, fine. I won't do it. But it turns out today I learned out that one of the bills I thought I had to pay, it turns out I don't have to fucking pay, and all of a sudden I have 150 extra bucks to play with. I'm just like, technically I'm not spending the money I said I would. I'm spending complete different money, so I'm doing another 80 pack.
Ah, the joys of free money.
Well, as I said, there is still extra money going into it because it was 150 bucks, and I only spent 80 of it. So, yeah.
So to answer that question, while Semiramis is not the worst overall wanted, she's definitely somewhere in the mediocre level of the pack, not the mega breakout hit that wanted Abigail. Wanted MHXA, actually. That was a super popular one. Maybe it'll come back around.
Sith Daughter money has been set aside, by the way.
Well, actually, I'll just read the top 5 of Wanted. It's Wanted Abigail, Wanted MHXA, Wanted First Hassan, Wanted Edmond Dantes, and Wanted Jolter, surprising no one. And for our least watched, RIP, Da Vinci and Shooten.
Oof.
Shooten with a whopping only 300 views, as opposed to Abigail, who is over 2,000. So, I see what's up with you people. Shockingly, the very first one we did, which is like the shortest, the Iskandar one, is not the worst, which I'm surprised by.
Shook.
Anyway, that was just some stats for you.
Who doesn't like stats?
Numbers. Oh, that is a horrible pun, Devilish, but I'm going to retweet it. That's so bad. But, yeah, so, there's no All the World's Evil this week so far. Nothing super evil happened. Yet. But we can really check in briefly with, did you finish your master missions? These ones are weird but simple. So, y'all, you're gonna need to beat up 30 enemies. You're gonna need to defeat 10 servants. You're gonna need to defeat 15 assassins or berserkers and 15 lancers or riders. All those should have been incredibly easy to do it if you just did your farming for Valentine's. Then you're gonna need to put one or more sabers in your party at least 5 times. Again, pretty easy. And then this is the weird one. I had to make sure to go out of my way to do this. Put one or more assassin class servants in your party 5 times. I guess they're trying to get you to use Semiramis because she's got bonus damage, but weird. Is there even I guess in the part-time there's a rider node, isn't there?
I'm not sure.
I think so. I don't remember. I stopped doing part-times. We're doing full-time. And I'm actually glad that the Cocoa Drop is now Berserker, because I can do Team Tentacle. Which, by the way, in case you don't know, Team Tentacle is Double Hokusai Abigail.
You guys probably didn't see it, but Likely just wildly waved his, flailed his arms around.
Yes, he did the Team Tentacle secret hand sign. Alright, well, time to go ahead and, jump into Skelligrams, because we have Newsleys. So, I don't know, you were a little shook that we got scooped a little bit. Do you want to talk about the news, Licky?
Yeah, I was a little shook. Okay, so, over in JP, we have the Epic of Remnant manga, campaign going from February 1st to the 15th. Finally, we get our Shinjuku Salter, costume. We only gonna have to wait. It only took, 2 years? I guess?
3.
3. Oh my god.
Because remember, it was around this time last year that we got Shinjuku's, and JP's 2 years ahead of us, so.
That's right. So, also, she's getting a rank up, so now her instinct now has NP battery, and, the crowds rejoiced.
And there was much rejoicing.
We have a commemorative quest and CE, and Shinjuku-related servants get double suck and double FP. Also, we got a summer banning for Salter, Ejimiya, Lobo, and Yon King, which is very baity. I'm surprised.
On the one hand, I get that, Salter and Ejimiya are story-locked, but also, that's only an SR banner.
Yeah, where's the Moriarty?
Oh, he did get a rate up last year. Oh, shit, are they gonna do a rerun of his event for White Day? They might.
But
so that
if they do that, that's gonna suck, because that means there's definitely not gonna be a new male servant.
That will upset people. White Day is in a very weird place right now. We've talked about that before. We'll see what they do.
I was like, don't get me wrong, I love my fucking Dandy Man, but at the same time, just, Anyway. So, that's that. as I said, a lot of people were waiting for the Salter costume. There is people who were screaming it at the heavens. And the heavens opened up and Nasu said, "Let it be." But also, JP, we have an interlude campaign interlude campaign 12, running from February 5th to the 11th, where we got Benny Enemy, Moriarty, Bradamante, Ash, and Skleplis getting St. Court's interludes.
Are you wondering how to try and pronounce Shan Yu?
Yes, Shan Yu. Thank you. Shan Yu, Lucky didn't ghost, he was just dumb. Shan Yu gets a skill interlude. His evade crit skill now does more crits, and now ups his absorption like all good berserkers. If you want to know what...
Because apparently that's just, we've decided all berserkers that are 5 stars need a star absorb so they can do that thing.
They can do the thing where they hit the stuff really, really hard.
Yeah, so it was a 30 to 50% before, and now it's a 50 to 100%, and also gives him, like, literally 5,000% star absorb, like Lancelot and Raikou and all those guys. So, yeah, basically, don't feel bad whatever SSR AoE berserker you have. They do good things now. Because, like, they buffed Raikou after, what's-his-face, Arjuna Alter, Catman. He came out and was like, "Oh my god, he's the best!" And they're like, "Whoa, hold on. Raikou's pretty good, though." And now they're like, "Whoa, hold on. Shang Yu's pretty good now."
And also, if you want to know what's in these interludes, learn to read Moonspeak.
So, I think a couple of people were a little sassy with us about not covering JP more in the show. And that right there's kind of our primary limiter, is we don't play JP because we don't have the fucking time, oh my god. Shout out to everybody who does play both servers at the same time.
Admin.
But it's hard. But also, we don't understand Japanese natively that well. Like, Lucky I know reads a little, but not enough to get through something like Fate. So, if nobody's translating what's going on, we really don't know. So,
and even then, like, so this is my personal reason. Even if there was a translation, I don't want to look at my game, then look at a translation, and then back to my game, or just go through the completely game and then read about it later. I want it in the moment.
Yeah, so we cannot offer detail about JP because the detail doesn't exist. It's like, and yes, there are very detailed translations. They can take a long time to come out, so it's kind of we accept that we can only be so clairvoyant about JP. But technical stuff like, hey, there's a bunch of interludes that have come out. You know, some of them are only Saint Courts, one of them has a skill. Maybe you care about that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's neat. Also, kind of glad. These are all newer characters. Oh, and also, fuck me, I guess, because I forgot to write down that there's a banner associated with this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a interlude summon banner. I didn't write it down in my notes. I'll double check that really quick. But it's important because it's a raid up on Bradamante and Zhang Yu, which is good because even though they're permanent, Zhang Yu I don't think has gotten a raid up since Lost Belt 3, and Bradamante not since last year's Christmas where she premiered because they didn't do a rerun of that event. So that's good. But also it's got a raid up on Asclepius, who's a story locked caster, so that's cool. And then we have one final bit of news to talk about.
Yes. So, JP, Valentine events announced. They'll happen sometime in February. Showing off, we have a Kaiser animation update.
Oh, wait. True to Kaiser.
Yeah. Like I said, I know they're trying to get through all their old servants, but at the same time, I'm just like, Kaiser, really?
It's a little weird, though I do feel like he has been in a lot of Valentine's events. So, I don't know. Maybe he'll come back. Is that a thing? Is that a meme, guys? Does he show up in Lady Murasaki's Book Panic, or whatever it's called? Let us know.
I don't know.
Because we just don't fucking know. We already had this conversation.
We just did. So, also showed off a new servant, the Kita Archer. And that's all they gave you, because they said giving her name away early would spoil the surprise.
And thus, there was much speculating.
Yeah. Even I got a bit of my...
Yeah, go ahead.
Even I got a bit of my speculation on, and I've been keep listening to what a lot of people are saying. Omega, did you have anything you want to say before I start talking more about it?
No, I was just gonna say that as is honestly usually my style, I refrain from offering in speculation. Honestly, because sometimes people get too into their speculation, and I'm just like, nah, I don't care that much. I do, however, love her design. I think I tweeted that immediately. I took a screen cap and was like, I love her immediately. Because she's like red and blue, and they made sure to emphasize this, that she's got this interesting hodgepodge of classic and modern themes. Because she's wearing sort of a Seifuku type outfit, but also it has a classic kimono pattern on it.
Yeah.
So, and she's got like she's got some really fucking weird shoes to make her tall, but they got like a classic umbrella pattern and stuff. So it's like, this is a great design. I love it.
Yeah, so my Lucky's official roulette bet, all on this is this character is Shonogon. Just because from what I know about her, and I think it'd make a bit of sense. For those who don't know who Sei Shonogon is, Sei Shonogon was basically a Heian period court lady who was an author who most famously penned the Pillow Book. She was also considered Lady Murasaki's rival. And so basically there's a lot of competition between the Pillow Book and the Tale of Genji. So I'm like, yeah, I can see it. From what I understand, Sei Shonogon was actually much more kind of a party girl. Of as party girls you can get in the Heian period.
The Pillow Book was famously basically like her gossip diary, basically.
Yeah.
Whereas, as seen from her Big Titty Goth GF design, Lady Murasaki is known for being a more somber and dedicated writer, and one of the things she's most famous for is her basically work of prose.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, apparently they knew each other and were snippy.
Yeah. So I don't know if they're following up. If they're going to follow up on last year's event, then it would make sense since they're rivals. And yes. But another one that I've heard that makes me go, no, I can fucking see that.
Lucky, are you okay? Oh shit, dog! I think Ninja's got him. Hold on.
Where did I die?
You were about to say that there was also speculation. You were like, I can totally see that, and then some ninjas got you.
This is like those murder mysteries. It's like, I know who the culprit is, and then dies.
Yep.
All right. So, as I was saying, another one that I've heard that I'm actually fond of the idea is Goemon, which was basically a super famous and flamboyant thief. I actually don't know a lot of details on Goemon, except that he was killed by being fucking thrown in the pot and boiled to death.
Which is why Yusuke is weak to fire.
Yeah. But as I said, Goemon was known as a very super fucking flamboyant, and this kid, Akira Archer, is definitely flamboyant. So I'm like, I can see that too. A lot of people have been also throwing out like a lot of other things and stuff too. But we will see. I think we still got like Dick?
Well, let's see. Okay. We're in basically the second week of February. The EOR campaign's going for a while, but the interlude campaign is kind of short. It will end on like the 11th. So, I don't know, we probably in the next couple of days we'll get something.
Yeah, okay, I'm excited. Yeah. I want to see if I'm right. Lucky likes being right.
Indeed.
All
Everybody likes being right.
Mm-hmm. But that's it for our Skelograms. Let's move right on into our Chantea Free Talk.
Free Talk!
So real quick, Onibigona Setsubun, final thoughts. So, I shot myself in the foot. It kind of sucked. So, I was able to get to floor 140. But my goal was floor 150. If I hit 150, I've been like, whatever, I don't care. 200 floors, whatever. So, here's the thing, though. I got to floor, like...
Floor what now? Lucky lives! Stomp. Actually, that's probably... Well, I didn't mean it to be, but that might be slightly racist, because Vulcan is black. But anyway.
Anyway.
Irony. It's ironic that Lucky also dies constantly and comes back.
Anyway, as I was saying, my goal was to make it to floor 150. I made it to 140. I had gotten to like, I think it was like 142 or 143, and I had like a couple hours left. I was like, you know what, before I finish this off, let me make sure I get the challenge quest done, because I don't do challenge quests a lot. And from what people were saying, it sounds interesting. I fucking hated it. Oh my god, I hated it.
Thumbs up.
Like, it wasn't so much that it was hard, per se. Like, the tactics were simple, and it's just the fact that almost every turn, as soon as I would...
Really? This was gonna be fun to edit, kids.
Ow.
Into you coughing. You were complaining about how bullshit the CQ was, because every time Tomoe would yeet you out of the room, I guess.
Yeah. She would just, well, she wouldn't yeet me out, she'd yeet one of her guys in, and then he would just summon the ad. I'm just like, and then immediately the next turn, fucking taunt. I'm like, why? Yeah.
The fucking taunt no buff sucks.
Like, it wasn't the fucking, I don't think it was so much the ad, it was just the constant fucking...
Hey, hi, I will bully you, and also, you can only hit me.
Yeah. And just, like, and since she was an archer, she just had, like, 3 turns, and she's like, I'm gonna fire my MP. I'm like, don't fire your MP. She's like, I'm gonna do it!
Yeah,
I'm like, no!
Sucks. And then one of those ads can,
do a
give
charge?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no!
If they do their shenanigans, it's a very bullshit CQ. If they don't do their shenanigans, which some people have gotten lucky, it's apparently pretty easy. You can, like, have a rush solo it if you don't mind being there for 10 million years.
Yeah, so, I did not have an easy time. And it got to me, and it literally took me, like, forever. Like, by the time I got done with it, I had, like, 15 minutes before the fucking reset, and I was just like, God fucking damn it. So,
I got to floor 198, and, I was fucked because of load times, but I kind of figured I wouldn't go any farther than 190-ish, cause, we braked to, run our game, so I was honestly way super more excited about that than that one lore I'm not gonna use.
I'm still super excited about game.
Vibration. Don't worry, we'll talk about it loads in,
what's up?
Yeah, what's up? The Loth has a good point. You didn't get to see it, Lucky, but floor 190 was funny. That was Raiko and Shuten ads, the body pillows, or insects as she called them. And one of Raiko's abilities would be to just eat one of them, basically, it's fluffed as like, I'm sure she's just exterminating them to, just buff herself.
Wow.
So it's just hilarious. So there's like 2 Shutens and Raiko is just, every couple of turns, just wiping one of them out, and then it respawns. Cause she's like, fuck you.
That's great.
So yeah, a lot of fun. Kind of sad that after floor 100 we didn't have any story. I know a lot of people are curious to see what your thoughts are on the kind of end of the story. You talked about it a little bit on stream, and if you have anything else you want to say on the show.
Well, as I said, like, a lot of people are asking me if I thought Shuten was a deep character, and I'm like, yeah, Shuten is a very deep character. Just because of her relationship with Kentoki. And as I said, there's a lot of people who say there's definitely sexual undertones and even maybe romantic ones. And I said, I can see that. And so, basically, Shuten asking, you know, like, what Tomoe's life was like, and whether she thought, you know, she was probably thinking of Kentoki in that moment. Especially when you consider the scene of, Kentoki down at the hot spring saying, yeah, no, I can't climb that tower. Shuten's basically saying, if you come up here, you will die. So she's making it so that, not that you die, but we will fight, so you can't climb this tower. It's one of those, I don't know if this is actually, but it's one of those things of my best friend is also my worst enemy kind of thing. And as I said, like, I don't necessarily think Shuten herself is the deepest character, but the complex relationship she has with, Kentoki is. And
right,
I enjoy
because,
it.
like, he used to be a kid because he lived in a woods and fought bears, and she would, like, tease him, but then he became super Golden Man guy, and ended up teaming up with Raiko, which is bad, because they fight.
Yeah. And, you know, she went with him, he went with, Raiko, you know, to slay Shuten, you know, once and for all, so it's just one of those things, it's like,
they have a complex relationship, which is handled very well by the game. And
yeah.
This is kind of, I think, the resolution to it, because it was kind of a metaplot part of, like, this is like the third act in the Rashomon Onigashima Setsubun trilogy. which kind of finishes off all that character development. Well, also, another great thing the event does is gives Tomoe character because, as we've discussed, Fate, FGO at least, has this terrible problem of doing stuff to make characters fucking assholes for no reason, and thus not likable. But also that's not their real character at all as a playable unit, so.
Yeah.
Now, I liked Tomoe anyway because she's great, but also this really emphasized a lot of her memes.
Her with her Space Marines.
Yes. I believe that was confirmed she plays Space Marines.
Yep.
So we know that she's not a tryhard, otherwise she'd probably play, what is it, Eldar or Tyranids? Or is it Necrons? I don't remember who is. Last edition, there were a couple of the factions that were super broken.
I don't know.
Though, I don't know. Shouting for the Emperor and stuff would probably make sense for her. Loyalty. I'm not that I have the money to play Plastic Crack, but I'm a Imperial Guard or Sisters of Battle guy myself. Space Marines are cool, though. Anyway, there's a lot of other stuff, like they're playing games at the end of it, you know, a lot of fun little bits, and it just lets her flex her character, and kind of like, there's not necessarily any romantic tones, but at the end, she does kind of come to the resolution that, like, she can be herself with you, the master, just like she could be with Yoshinaka, because you just accept her, because she answered your call. Which shocked a lot of people that, holy shit, the master actually spoke in not a dialogue choice. Which was nice. But yeah, it's interesting to kind of get those double things in there. And then she just blows up the fucking tower. But yeah, the story was cool. I kind of feel like with only 6 days, the whole extra 100 floors was kind of BS. I wish they'd kind of come up with another mechanic, but there were some fun fights in there, I guess.
Oh, yeah. And as I said, all the fucking fluff scenes were great of meeting the boss floors and the hot springs scenes.
It's so many hot springs memes. Sadly, I didn't do any of that much of that in the thing. I think I had a single screen cap that was like 4 smalls and 1 Gorgon. And half of it was just for fun, because I was like ending for the night and was putting some people in the hot springs just cuz, you know. But there are many, many memes to be had, lots of jokes which will persist. Mr. Moriarty and his ultimate crime. A lot of Moriarty action. But yeah, so that's Setsubun. Now let's talk about another healing fluff-based event.
Aw, man.
Valentine. Which for some reason I noticed Semiramis does not pronounce the apostrophe S. I wonder if that's a Japanese thing.
Happy Valentine. Valentine. Yeah, we had an S. Why?
I guess it's because in Japanese they don't do the possessive S participle. That's kind of one of the things you use no for, or no is like of, or it's a possessive particle basically. So I don't know. What would that, like, if you were literally in Japanese, that would be like Valentine no day or something. So I guess I don't know. They don't literally transcribe it, because that's something I find myself doing wrong when I write notes. Is I forget to make it's singular possessive. It is Saint Valentine's Day specifically. Just for some reason we tend to chop the saint off there. Anyway, yeah. So, but yes, that is one of many. Well, honestly, really, most of Semiramis' lines in Shop are not adorable, except that one. They're mostly her just being really, really try hard.
Well, I still love her for it.
Honestly, that's okay. I just find it hilarious because I did the Semiramis Wanted, which you should watch, because I have some interesting points about history in it. You're gonna fucking learn some shit, nerds.
Nerds!
I've started using nerd ironically, because I tell people to read or learn and then call them nerds. It's weird. That's what irony is, by the way, Lucky. I know sometimes you're like, I don't know what irony is.
Yeah, you see, you just said, this is irony. I'm just all like, so it's a joke?
It's contradictory.
Contradictory.
Yeah, irony is a classical Greek concept. I'm not sure if the internet's familiar with this, because some people are not good at irony. The idea is generally it's the juxtaposition. It's not quite like that song about ironic, which is just things that are sad, but it's kind of a funny juxtaposition where I call people nerds, but ironically I'm describing a nerd thing.
Okay.
It's a difficult concept, and quite frankly, the internet's fucked it up a lot.
Yeah, it has.
But that's another conversation we've had about doing things ironically means you're just doing them. Like, if you tell somebody to get good scrub enough times, you're just telling them get good scrub. It doesn't matter if you're trying to be funny. By, like, casting shade on actual people who say get good scrub, you're still doing it. Anyway. Valentine's.
As I find it hilarious that this opens up with Kiyohime being Kiyohime.
Of course.
And also the fact that previously, Jaguar Man had a fucking smuggling ring for chocolate.
Yes, Jaguar Man was their source.
And I'm just all like, how does this even? But apparently Kiyohime wandered around and ended up somehow on Semiramis' Hanging Gardens? How?
The power of love, Lucky.
Yeah. You know what?
Remember, Kiyohime's NP is to transform into a dragon for no reason. It's explicit that in the context of this universe, it doesn't make any goddamn sense, but she does it anyway. So
I thought that was like literally related to her fucking legend, though.
Well, yeah, but also they mean that translating that the artifact of her legend is like, this doesn't make any sense, but she does it anyway. That's why it's an EX rank noble phantasm, is because it's like, that's not how this works, but she did it, so Anyway, yes, Kiyo flies up to the floating gardens. As it just so happens that Semiramis has decided she's getting into the chocolate business, which is weird.
Well, love is a poison.
Well, yeah, when you actually get up there, because Kiyo is like, give me the chocolate, and Semiramis is like, alright, small lizard child, I shall humor you, but you have to do the work to get my chocolate, and she's like, I will bring back laborers, and she brings back you. I guess because you have many servants. It's still funny, but, yeah, so, Semiramis explicitly describes chocolate, in a sense, as a poison.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, so it's only natural I would create it. And you're like, okay, cool, you're gonna solve our chocolate problem? That's neat. And she's like, yes, I shall make you Minister of Chocolate. And I'm like, cool. That's the movie we're doing, alright. Let me pull up the suit and tie Mystic Code. Which actually, I am using the Mages Association, which does have a tie. And a waistcoat. But yeah, so that's kind of how you start, is just Semiramis is like, okay, so I've got the perfect facilities, and I can grow anything, not even poison related, so just, you make the chocolate, we up the production, we make all the chocolate, and it's great. And that's how it starts, and then it starts getting weird. What's the latest facility you've built, Lucky?
I haven't built, I just finished my Choco Mandrake, so I'm about to unlock Necrochocomancy.
Okay, I'm one past you, which, I don't know if I want to spoil the name, but it's so funny. Yeah, I'll say it. It's the Hyperbolic Chocolate Chamber. And yes, it is that.
By the way, you cut out for me, like, as soon as you say it, so I have no idea what you said.
Maybe we'll leave it that way. The audience knows the joke. Lucky doesn't. That's perfect. And then it still gets weirder, because I have also seen the one beyond that, which is another reference, so it's like, it's fucking weird, dude. Like it starts with just, okay, we'll get cocoa trees, which apparently made Jaguar Man very upset. She, stands in the jungle below and eyeballs it, the floating gardens. And also that sets off the strange bearded rider, who is on quite a journey.
Like, real talk, I love these Duff reports.
The Duff reports are the best.
Oh my god.
They have so many fun, they have, Semiramis secret facts. There's a series of them about people, like, Fran apparently decides to sleep on the factory floor. She finds it comforting. And then she builds a tiny house in there.
No, someone built her a tiny house, but it looks like a dog house, and people were concerned, but Fran liked it, so everyone's like, whatever.
Another one is, apparently, Gorgon decided to settle in the floorboards. I think that's in Choco Mandrakes, or maybe it's before.
Yeah, like, honestly, I need a list of these. I love the fact that apparently, they hired Fergus as security guard, and now children-related Choco thievery has gone down.
Mm-hmm. The next one is the mini Paracelcon, which is just, you naturally tap Paracelsus to help you out, and he's like, yo, master, what is chocolate? And you're like, chemistry? You can also say alchemy, but I think it's the same thing, basically.
I said alchemy, yeah.
I said chemistry. And he's like, yeah, that's right. So I think it's the same either way. It's just depending on how you want to frame it. Which, considering you're a mage, you could also call it alchemy. Just magic's chemistry. But he's like, yeah, so, I can do a lot with this, because it is just chemistry alchemy. That's kind of my thing. But I'm only one dude, so have this mini homunculus version of me to help you. Which leads to many, many hijinks. You build a factory, which means the AC and DC boys have to fight it out.
Oh, also in the Dove reports, there's mini Nobus running around.
Yeah, mini Nobus show up for no reason, and then they end up mechanized later. You build Choco Golems, which had some fun stuff, because apparently Drake provided whiskey bourbon Choco Golems. And I also said that there are wheat puff Choco Golems.
Oh yeah, because they made variants.
Yeah, they made some variants that were like white and dark, and then they got weird. So like I said, so there's apparently, sugar puffs, golems out there, and I'm like, fuck, dude, cereal golems. They're getting 8. So there's a lot of fun stuff, and it just escalates from there. It starts getting really weird once I think we get into the Choco Mandrake territory, because like the mini Puddakels and the Choco Golems are just like, that seems typical. We are magic after all. Then it's like, yeah, so Semiramis crossbred screaming mandrakes with cocoa trees, and I'm like, what?
Also, there's a weird Dove report of question mark, where they're talking about an attack on a berry, and I'm just all like, what?
Yeah, some of the servants are not in the team, and they're trying to get in. Like, Tesla manages to smuggle himself in so he can fight with Edison about the chocolate factory, to which Semiramis, they wake up Semiramis in the middle of the night, and she's just like, dude, the fuck? Do you know what time it is? And one of the Dove facts is secret Semiramis fact, she needs a sleep mask to sleep. I haven't actually seen it, but I know one of the secret facts is that it says that she looks good in a swimsuit. Which should make sense, she's part mermaid god. But yeah, it's so fun, and like, Lucky, when you get to Chakra Necromancy, you'll also see that's just even more weird. Like, it's not stopping.
Or you're just going full speed ahead. But, yeah, as I said, like, right now, as I said, there's like, every time basically you open up a new one, they do a little scene, and I like them. Like, when you did the Choco Trees, you just get a wholesome scene of all the Lancers, hanging out, planting trees.
Oh, that's right. There were several, did you see them? They're the Backspear boys, so there were several references in the Dove reports.
I didn't see them all, because I wasn't sure, like, how they worked at that point.
Okay, well, one of them was Backspear's back, alright. And another one was, it was Love just said it, they want it that way. It's so good. Because they assemble the Backspears team, which is, they even show the actual image. That was a Type Moon April Fool's joke from a while back about different idol groups in the greater Type Moonverse.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, that image they showed was from that, where Backspear was a group. And awesome. I believe Bazette was in it, which is why Ku is nostalgic that she's not there, because she's not a playable servant. Yet. But yeah, so that was just a good one that started with those references.
Picture. I was like, why is Bazette there?
Because that's the original joke. Deepest lore.
As I said, the mini park, the Paracels, and the fucking Choco Mandrake ones was kind of fucking funny because they're actually like mandrakes, and if you guys know fucking mandrake lore, if you pull them out, they scream and you fucking die.
Yes, if you hear the mandrake scream, thou shalt die.
And so, fucking Ku is just like, well, let me go get someone, and brings back fucking Nero, and you're just like, oh, I know exactly where it's going.
Impromptu concert. There's a Dove report that apparently Liz was going to perform, but she canceled it at the last minute.
I love that they use the Japanese onomatopoeia for badly singing. Like, there's no way to really describe it, but they actually, like, translated it, like, fucking literally. Just the hooey. Like, you actually occasionally hear it when, Liz does her NP. Like, sometimes she just goes, la. Other times it's just, weh.
Yeah, sometimes she just, like, coughs and just,
And so, I was just like, oh my god. And apparently they did really good. Then they had another field, and Ku's just like, well, let me go get the Dragon Girl. I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna go get Liz.
Yeah, but apparently she canceled her concert. But yes, there's a lot of fun stuff in there. And we keep going just further. So it's a pretty fun event.
Oh, but the chocolates. Oh, the chocolates.
Oh, the scenes. Yeah, so honestly, I was a little concerned
Mhm.
when there was the lock, there were like 10 lock-ons. I used 2. And I should say now, I'm done with all my chocolates and gifts. I'm done. I don't need any
I'm
more.
not.
No, you're a little behind me. I'm at I think 5 million total. I'll check after this.
I'm like,
Because I off camera while Lucky was coming back, I ran out of Arknight's money, and I'm like, okay, I'll farm chocolates instead. This is my NP turn. I gotta set up and do all my skills and stuff. But so I'm a little farther ahead of you, and also I don't think I have as many new servants as you do, Chief. That's a lot easier.
I never learned my lesson.
But I used exactly 2 lock-ons. I used 1 lock-on on Resh because, of course, I did. And then I used 1 lock-on on Da Vinci's return gift because Da Vinci's one of those characters you can both give and receive chocolates from.
Oh, neat.
Which is great because she gives you Bastillon 3. But so that was my 1 lock-on. Was like I want to make sure I get both of Da Vinci's out of the way, and then it was just randos. You guys want to know what my last surprise Choco was? It was Fion. Fittingly, he would be the last.
Hey, but it gives you good fish.
Yeah, you get the DHA. Oh man. There are so many good scenes. There are old scenes that I haven't seen before that I appreciate. Like, goddamn, Karna, you're such a good boy.
I cry.
Karna, doesn't understand social cues, so he has been turning down chocolates all day by saying, "Do not worry, I do not need these. They are unnecessary." So when you explain it to him, he gets a little sad. He's like, "Oh, I didn't mean to," and you're like, "Give me chocolates." He's like, "Ah, master, I must help you." And then he comes back and gives you, earrings made from his armor.
Wow.
Which is, pretty baller. He's such a good boy. Hessian Lobos is really,
Don't tell me about it. I saw them like,
yeah, you'll want to see it. That's a good one that if you have Doggo, you have to see for yourself. But it's shockingly heartwarming considering how
angry.
How Lobo is. Because if you remember, Lobo was the dog who went 50 miles an hour and was too angry to die. Like, Shinjuku really taught us what Avengers were about, and like, the dog literally wouldn't stop. He was too mad. So there are a lot of fun dude ones.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to get through all my girls right now, but that's merely because I just want to work on one side and
yeah,
then the
I went
other.
through girls first and then did dudes. Because I did all of them last year and didn't burn any, it was a pretty short trip.
Yeah.
I should actually look at all my C's when I get out of this fight and see.
I'm telling you right now, Queen of Sheba's scene, top %. Forever, I will remember. It is now special fluffy time. I now declare it.
But that one is good for lots of reasons. Lucky, did you catch the reference?
Remind me.
The riddle she gives you the fucking Voight Kampf test from Blade Runner. There's a Tarrasque turned over in the desert and you aren't helping it. Why?
Oh. Well,
yeah, which by the way, because they are special sprites, that has to be in the original. Because there's that dumb shadow image of Martha flipping over the Tarrasque. Oh, and that blew my mind. But then, it's funny because you realize she didn't get you anything. So she had to go out to the convenience store, but it's still good.
And then you panic. And then you take advantage of her to give her fluff.
Mm-hmm. Aresh is pretty interesting because, Aresh, being her try-hard introverted self, tries really hard and, stalks you outside the cafeteria to get you around the corner. Foe even, like, does the thing where Foe's like, yo, there's somebody around that corner, and you're like, what's the matter, Foe? And he's like, oh, it was nothing important, as Aresh steps around. But Aresh freaks out a little because apparently she made a chocolate cage, surprising no one. But she made a lot of prototypes because she wanted to make sure she got it right. So she's like, they can't come back to my room and know how many tries I made. And then one of your lines is just like, I'd love to see your prototypes. And she's like, she turns bright red and flees. Aresh is adorable.
Actually, I think
Summer Ishtar's is hilarious.
Yeah.
Which I can't wait to see voice because that's going to be like, she's just like, she realizes she hasn't gotten you anything, and she's like, I have to cover my butt.
I really am a useless goddess. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, they embraced the meme. She's like, covering my butt. I have to cover my butt. I'm a little shocked. Maybe she didn't say it because she's a goddess. She didn't say it in a crass way. Usually I hear that as, CYA, cover your ass department. But she basically, when you say what you'd like to do, go on a tour, she's like, okay, jump on my magical moped and let's fucking go. And you get some sick Rice Krispie treats.
I should make some.
So sick. There's a lot of really good ones. Let's see. I'm trying to think who I got who's brand new. Lucky, if you got some favorites, go ahead and list them while I'm.
Okay, so right at the top, I'm gonna say one of my top % ones was fucking Passion Lip. Oh my god, she is such a good girl. She is such a good girl that other servants are rooting for her. Did you got BBs? Like,
yes, I got BB. I don't remember and I didn't. Nothing terrible happened. I think I just was like, yeah, all right, BB. Like, yeah, but I might have bullied her a little back and just be like, okay, thanks for your giant slot machine.
I'm getting there, Vesper. Jesus fucking guys, calm down. Fuck.
Well, actually, so we mentioned BB and we mentioned Passion Lip. We're gonna talk about. I assume you're gonna talk. You just said you're gonna talk about Kiara's.
Yeah,
but also Melt, which I also have a Melt.
Yep.
It seems like there's a theme to a lot of the CCC servants that there are quote unquote multiple endings. Like, you can take your dialogue in completely different ways, basically.
Yeah, that's kind of true, from what I understand. I know that's something with Melt, specifically with Melt, Kiara, and BB, because people in stream are all like, why didn't you choose that? That's the bad, that would get you the bad ending. I'm like, why do I want the bad ending?
Yeah, I was like, why would I be me? Like, I understood that Melt was engaging in her ERP. She's just role-playing. So I went along with it. But yeah, so Kiara.
But Kiara. So Kiara's was, well, the way I run it was surprisingly wholesome.
It's almost funnily wholesome.
Yeah. But the thing that slays me is the next day, Rie Tanaka, who is the voice actress for Kiara, actually got in a Kiara cosplay and did some of the lines and gave someone the fucking rice cakes. You can see it on her Twitter. It's actually pretty fucking great. Yeah. But like I said, as a lot of people were rooting for Lip. Melt was talking about how Lip would be so upset if she like melted you down into her liquid. BB was like, she couldn't bully you too much because Lip would be sad. Even in fucking Lip's event, she talks about how Tomacat was all like, usually I get more upset about this, but you're trying your hardest, damn it, so I can't be mad. So, yeah, Lip is just super fucking wholesome. I'm like, oh my god, I love these girls. Let's see, who's other ones that I particularly loved? I said we already mentioned Queen of Sheba's. Shoot, I'm playing Arknights right now, so I can't listen. I actually haven't taken any of my chocolates out of the, present exchange yet, so I can't look at them either.
Well, I mean, you can look in the exchange. I don't know, because I think technically if you tap, you checkmark them first, not pull them out. But I also don't know if you can do anything but, like, check and uncheck them in your present box. So, like, some people were like, oh, look at the CEs, and you were like, I can't do that, I'll pull them out. I'm like, I don't think you'll actually pull them out unless you tell it to pull them out, but I also don't know if you can look at them anyway.
Well, I do know, like on some of them, I can just tap the icon, and it just pulls out.
Yeah, I don't know, it just pulls out. But let me go ahead and pop open my list, because I've still got them all in my Yonder inventory.
Let me see here.
And I still have 100 free CE slots in my regular inventory. So, yeah.
Summer Nobu. Yeah, I did get Summer Nobus, and
that's pretty fun.
Yeah, that's pretty fun, but also reviles, like, makes me wonder about Nobu and, you know, her own inner demons that she wonders about occasionally. Because while it started off real crazy, it ended real soft and kind of melancholy.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, no.
She, like, wants to do something super sick for you, and then just goofs it up a little. Well, so the first surprise Traco I got was Abigail's, which is a great scene.
Abby's was great. I personally, snatched her up and I ran around Chaldea with her, as is my way. Paul Bunyan's, giant pancakes. That's like, yes, this is
They're
good.
just giant pancakes in the hallway. That's pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I got Tomoe's scene. It was okay. It's just kind of more friendly.
It was the same way with
Santa Altera is pretty sweet. She like, ho, 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 Merry Christmas. I'm like, what? What?
Actually, I'm gonna open up FGO. Let me see which ones I picked. I'll remember them when I see the fucking chocolates.
The pancakes, got all that. Have you gotten your Mechalizzes?
Yeah. She doesn't even give you chocolate. She gives you a helmet, and you're just like, I'm touched, but at the same time,
this is not
this is
chocolate.
not chocolate.
And she's like, it is a controller helmet. It is, for you to speak directly to me. And I'm like, okay. Let me see. Sure. Well, I don't have a Nezha. Also, no, Mechalizzes give different ones. I think Mechaliz Mark II gives you a fucking seatbelt. She gives you a safety belt.
I'm glad that this event at least gets rerun next year.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see here. I have 23 Chacos in here.
Yeah, so mostly I'm just like, I'm thinking that most of the ones I have are like, that now that we haven't already discussed are not new for this year. They're just stuff I didn't get yet.
No, I've totally forgot. I got Parvati's. She literally gives you a 1-to-1 scale of her favorite chocolate cow, and everyone's all like, why are you doing this? And Parvati is listening to none of them.
I don't have one of those. Oh, Chacha's was surprisingly sweet also. If you haven't got that one yet. She's just like, gives you some stuff because you're cool, and she sees you as part of the team. Let's see.
Electric, Franz, Saber Franz is awesome.
I don't have that one either.
God damn it.
Oh, Chiyome, what was that scene? I think it was short, but it was sweet. She, like, fucking ninja surprises you.
Ninja surprising you and just all like, boom!
Hokusai's is very funny.
I haven't got Hokusai's yet.
Okay, well, I won't spoil it for you, but it's extended, and it involves hanging out with Hokusai a lot, so it's pretty funny.
Cool. Let's see. I got spiky chocolate balls from Pent, where she almost kills you with one.
Don't have that one either. This is why you're not done with your chocolates.
No. This is exactly why. I just got chocolate from Nido Chris Assassin. That one was hilarious.
Yeah, I remember you played that scene on stream. You got it with one of your surprises, and it was very funny.
Let's see here. I got Lancer Raikou, which was Let's see.
Well, I got regular Raikous for the first time because she's new for me, which was, it's exactly what you think it is if you don't have a Raikou. It's just like, oh no, my child, you didn't get any chocolates. Foo, mother will give you chocolates. And you can totally play it up and be like, oh no, mother, Okasan, I didn't get any chocolate. Because you're still a child who's like, give me candy. Enkidu is sweet because Enkidu gives you both. Because, genderless trait, so you can get male and females. So you get a red flower for as chocolate and a white flower for giving chocolate.
Oh, that's cool.
I like Da Vinci's scene a lot, which I know you don't have that one. By Revengey. But that's pretty funny. The getting chocolates because you go to an art gallery basically. And Da Vinci gets all dressed up in one of her higher ascensions and treats it like a date. And then she gives you the chocolate, which is the Vitruvian Man, but in chocolate form. And also it glows for some reason. And you're like, Da Vinci-san, why does this chocolate glow? And she's like, because I've made it. Haha, I'm an artist. Naturally what I make is shine. And then she gets really flustered and is basically like, I'm too perverted for Valentine's Day. I need to go home before I do something that's not on brand. And me personally, I'm just thinking like, I don't know, that sounds pretty on brand, if you know what I mean. Sorry, what, huh? Some of them are... Rogue Robin did the edit I wanted where they replaced the sprite can with a monster. Internet high five.
God damn it. Fuck
off. Medusa Lancers is adorable. Anna's because she's like, I don't know where my sisters are. They must be pulling a prank on me because they're hiding, and I can't give them chocolates because they're the people I care about. But I made you a chocolate, and of course, it's her version of the weird snake chocolate, which is the best.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it kind of shows their relationship because I think it's established that the reason why regular Medusa gives you brand name chocolate is because her sisters just fucking stole her chocolate twice, or conned her into making it for them, so she had to just get you something nice from the store. But they don't do that to Anna, so she just makes you a chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
There were some that I'm sad are so short, probably because they're early, like, Drake's was super fast. She's just like, hi, hello, I am Drake. Have Choco beer mug. I'm like, cool. Okay, thanks. Saber Alter is similar, where she's just like, have you, my subject, have you not received chocolate? Here, have some of my leftover snacks. And then she hands you a fucking chocolate burger, and I'm like, I can't say proudly, I finally, because I rolled her this year, I finally got Summer Mordred's, which is great. Way better than regular Mordred. Because regular Mordred is just, oh shit, it's Valentine's. Here, have this candy bar I ate in my pocket. And on the one hand, I'm sure the Japanese are like, ooh, Indarakisu. But I'm also like, Mordred, where the fuck are you going? I'm like, where are you going? Don't you run from me? Get
ready to catch these hands!
Summer Mordred is like, ah, master, I've obtained this, delectable treat called Pocky. It's the Super, Thunder Chocolate Crunch in stick form. It is the same name as her first chocolate, it's just the stick form. But she's like, I've heard of this game. I'm going to place it in my mouth and we eat the Pocky together. And I'm like, Mordred, who taught you about the Pocky game? I want to give them a medal. And then Matahari gets too into her plans and ruins it by showing up. She fucks it up. You fucked it up, Matahari. Why would you do that? And Mordred runs away in embarrassment, but I love it. It's great. Oh, that reminds me, Nero's was another short one. That's another new servant I have, a new old one. I'm like, oh, that was fast. That's kind of sad. You're just like, hello, praise you. Have a choco. Some of the dude scenes, though, are hilarious. Fucking Kiritsugu. Oh my god. So, as thanks for getting chocolate, Kiritsugu, Emiya Assassin, shows up in your room at night and leaves a gun on your pillow. Because he thinks you're a cool dude lady.
Well,
he just gives you, I mean, it's his calico, so it's fucking great, but also it's like, wow, dude, this is really cool, but also really sad.
Well, you gotta remember, he didn't give it to you as an actual gun, he gave it to you as a symbol, in hopes that you never...
Right, he's like, you should never have to use this, but also it's important, but I'm also at the same time, I'm like, dude, you gave me a fucking gun. Gramps has no idea what the fuck you are doing, so he gives you, I think it's an incense burner? He says it smells of home. So that's cool. Kentoki just gives you a pile of bling. He's just like, oh shit, you got me chocolates. What is it? I think he says that Shuten and Raikou are fighting to give you chocolate, because they already gave him chocolate? I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly. But
that sounds on point.
Basically you give him chocolate and he's like, oh shit, I gotta give you some stuff back. So, he gives you a pile of snacks and capsule toys and stuff. It basically says he went out and hit in the mom and pop store. Mm-hmm. But also there's literally an extra golden necklace in here, which is, pretty swag.
It is swag.
Gills is hilarious. Castor Gills is hilarious. Cause you're like, shit, this dude already probably has 1 million chocolates, and he's like, that's cool, but also, let me show you a fucking experience, because I'm the king of Uruk. Let us go on a boat tour, motherfuckers!
I can show you the world.
It's kind of like that. And honestly, if you're playing, someone who's interested in dudes, there are a couple of the dude ones which are very flirty. Yan King, he gets you a meteoric, iron fan. But then he teaches you how to use it, which includes the phrase, you're so close. He gets in behind you to teach you how to use it, so I'm like, wow, that's a little personal space invading.
I don't know, I don't think I'd mind.
No, it's cool though, but yeah, it's pretty funny. Hozuin just gives you a Buddhist meal, because he appreciates you.
I mean, he is a monk.
Yeah, but it's like, he makes you a home-cooked meal. I already said Da Vinci, let me actually read the description, but that's right. It was called Bastignan 3 in the direction, but it's called Bastignan X as a craft essence. Okay. The final form of the ornithopter. It may look like a cute cat soapbox racer, but it can fly. So yes, she just gives you like the fucking dumb, like a almost from that Carnival Phantasm skit, basically, like one of those, like the dumb coin-powered lion car that Shiro and Saber have. It looks kind of like that in cat form, but then it's like, also it can fly. Like, really?
Really?
You've got a lot of shit. Like, I didn't get the scene this year again, obviously, but I did Berserker Lancelot's last year, where he just gives you one of his fucking stolen noble phantasms, which I love so much. You give him a chocolate. Here's for all your hard work. He holds up a finger. He's like, come back. Here's a sword I stole from Gil. Clank. Cool, thanks. Oh, Valentine's is a great time.
Like, honestly, it's my favorite event.
Yeah, you said this.
Like, as a person who puts a lot of stock in his 2D PNGs, you know, and spends a inordinate amount of time using them, even though I know it's, you know, just something crafted, it still feels nice to have, like, this affection directed at me.
Yeah, and a lot of them are pretty good.
Mhm.
Honestly, Axe, that does seem to be a problem. People are a little weird about their CEs in this event. Like, I know a lot of people like me busted out the old Valentine's 4 extra flavor boost drops, which is kind of the primo currency, but also people's CE setups are a little weird. It's probably because we're rotating through classes. Hopefully that'll settle out when we get to the final set.
I should probably do that now that I think about it. I gotta figure out who's what, though.
Oh, and we should get another MASH Valentine's, because this is technically a separate event. She'll get a new one at the end.
Neat.
And if you happen to be one of those lucky sods who rolled a Semiramis, or I think Card rolled 2.
The fuck card. You took mine.
Oh, he's claiming that. I already did a joke. I think I said this while you were playing on stream. I joked that I was gonna borrow my Musashi from Ranma that he stole, because he was on the top of my support list and I needed a single target saber for that node, that Lancer one. So I was like, well, I guess I'll borrow this. Because that was the thing we joked about last year at New Year's, because he got double Musashi and I didn't get any Musashi, despite a lot of quartz. So we can continue to grow the canon here. We can officially say that Card stole your Semiramis, unless you get a Semiramis, then it doesn't count. We'll have to retcon it.
I'm not spending any more for Semiramis.
Oh, not even some of the tickets you got in the event?
Maybe.
I'm trying not to roll. Ever since I got Tomoe at the last minute, I feel cavalier about rolling, but I really shouldn't be, because we've got Lost Belt coming up, and then Guda Guda. There's gonna be Okita and Okitan right after each other. I'm like, I vibrate. You know, we got an angry cat and all that other stuff. So I'm like, I don't want to really seriously spend quartz. But also, I don't know, it's something about Valentine's. I feel very roll happy.
Same.
So I'm I'm thinking I need to figure out what day is the double assassin raid up. It's gonna be, Hime and Semiramis, and throw my tickets then. Cause I've still got a couple more that'll all get in the event. Cause I do have an awful lot of 5 stars. They keep sneaking up on me. But somehow I don't, like, fuck, what were the SRs you rolled in that set, Lucky? When you got 3 of them, it was Kirky, Penth, and who was the third one?
Suzuka.
Oh yeah, Suzuka. So yeah, literally none of those I have at all. I'm like, my SR luck is real freaky. I'm glad I got Tomoe in like the last minute tickets, but it's like,
Wait, do I have every SR right now?
Yes, you do. You talked about it on stream. You do, because you rolled Kirky. You have literally all of them.
That freaks me out.
Which is probably why you are still working on your chocolate. Meanwhile, I'm gonna get shitloads of extra QP at the end because I literally can't spend the chocolates. Hey yo. Buy another facility thing.
I need to get farming on FGO.
See, yeah, like I said, because I ran out of I know they're Lungman dollars, but I'm just gonna call them Arknight butts from now on.
I call them Blue Bucks.
Blue Bucks. Also, yes, audience, I'm pretty sure I said Arknight butts in there. Just roll with it. That's a Freudian slip.
I'm sorry, you say Arknight butts, I immediately think Neural. I'm like, yes, give.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who are the most popular I see right now. Like, there's a decent amount of Amiya, but mostly I think it's Neural Siege and I'm completely blanking on how her name ends, but the other, actually, hold on, fuck.
Texas?
No, Pramix.
Oh,
that's right.
Oh, yes,
like, how does that end? I know there's an X in there. Yeah, those are the 3 I think I see the most. I don't know. It's probably because such fluff.
I mean, I would love to watch just Neural walk out.
Neural's great. And we're gonna have to just assume that her name is pronounced like Pearl, but with an N, because I checked her voice lines, she doesn't actually say her name anywhere, I think. So I'm like, you're Neural now.
That's how I imagine it.
It's, we've talked about this before, Archetypes are kind of funny with the names, where it's like, some of them are like, they're a little try-hard, but they're normal-ass code names, like Siege, Meteor is one, Haze, and then some of them are weird, they're just, weird Asian-y made-up names. Oh, now you're playing FGO.
Yeah. As I said, I was just thinking about, like, I've got, like, 23 chocolates, and I'm not even in my guys yet.
Yeah, and I am done. Honestly, that almost makes me sad. I'm like, oh, I'm done. That means I don't have anybody else to add to the team. Unless I get lucky on those tickets.
I think you know what, right, if I get more tickets, I'll keep throwing for Semiramis.
That's usually what I do if there's tickets in an event, unless I'm absolutely not caring, which is very rare. I will throw them at the event just because that's just the nature of it. And sometimes if there's like login tickets or something on like a bait banner, I won't. But usually for an event with a new servant, I'm like, I'll throw tickets just in case. You never know. I have complained a lot about, that was the thing I noticed about Setsubun, because some people also sassed me about why did I have to swap CEs. It was because I'm hitting clear all every time, guys. Because I believe I explained this on air. I was not literally using the same 3 slots for the same 3 roles of servant. And also, every time there's a writer floor, the K-scope method doesn't work. At least unless I'm going to use my, like, only AoE assassin. Because I'll admit it, my Kotaro is not fully ascended. That's a problem I need to fix sometime. But, for an event like Setsubun, I own, like, 2, because most of them are limited. And while, yes, I do have 2 limited SSR assassins, they're both single target. Alright. So, I could use a free, just a Semiramis spook. I don't mind. I'm not that mad at her. She's cool. I just treat her like I said, where she's just in her edgy tryhard phase. She's trying really too hard to be really badass, and I'm like, okay, cool. Because honestly, like we said, her storylines are really tryhard. Like, Mirugai, the depth of chocolate, behold. I'm like, yeah, sure. Whatever. You have spikes in your hands. She does. She does actually have spikes in her hands.
It's to keep you from doing the most lewd of actions to her, holding it.
And that won't stop a good Semiramis main. A Semiramis stan. But if we want to put it that way, we could say that everything is to protect her from lewd actions. Her pointed ears, which as everyone knows, are the lewdest part of the elf. I believe those are also protected by little metal bits. So she's just all around. Actually, and that makes sense because there's at least one dumb medieval thing saying that she invented the chastity belt. I brought it back. Yes. There was some weird medieval scholarship. Well, if you read Dante's Inferno, Semiramis is actually in Circle 2, the Circle of Lust, for some reason. And she is associated with inventing the chastity belt.
Oh, hey, I just got a summon ticket. Let's use it.
Secrets of question mark, question mark, question mark. Hope is good. It can never be destroyed.
Yeah, those are those fucking weird-ass ones talking about breaking the barrier and shit.
While crawling through the chocolate waterway. I
wonder if it's Jaguar Man about to do some espionage.
Jaguar Man gonna bust in. Development of new equipment, Spiritron dress, and craft essence is using... I'm gonna guess it's the chocolate. Alright, I need to spend a gold apple.
All right,
so I'm actually kind of okay with the rotation, because it's like several days before they swap to the new one.
Oh, yeah. I'm probably going to get a CE. Yeah.
Anyway,
it's a servant.
Did you get an event CE? Because I haven't gotten any of those.
No, I got plenty of events. I got plenty of event CEs when I threw $160.
Okay.
Not as many as I'd like, but enough.
I have not gotten lucky with those yet, but I don't have the patience to just grind FP down. Like, I've done a decent job of that. Like, I tried really hard. I think I spent, over 2 nights, I spent like 500k FP to try and get Hozuin and didn't. I just waited until I actually spent quartz, and then I got like NP3 so far. We'll get there.
I gotta equip an assassin. Fuck. That's the only master mission I haven't done yet.
Just put your favoriteest assassin in your back row. Who needs the Vaughn points?
I'm just gonna put Matahari back there. She only costs 3.
Also works.
Remember, I'm running K-scope, like maximum.
Oh,
K-scope.
yeah, that's right. You are actually trying the K-scope. I'm doing maximal drops. Currency for days, because I don't mind taking... So long as I can get it in under 10 turns, that's usually my tolerance level for how annoying an event is. And obviously I'm doing okay, because, like, as we said, I'm technically further along than Lucky is. So it's kind of a what suits your needs and goals kind of thing. So, like, if you like the K-scope method, or can do the K-scope method, like Lucky is doing, that's okay. But if you can't, don't feel bad. You'll probably be doing just as well if you don't mind toughing it out for a couple extra turns and just cram those drops in there. I haven't gotten a CE drop yet, have you?
No, I have not yet.
Mm.
Interesting. Okay, so I got a note. From Alter? Hang on. I'm doing one of my surprise chuckos, and I just got a note to go to someone's room. Oh, it's made Alter.
Oh my. There's no way this isn't gonna be something.
Alright, well, she sent me a note to come alone to her room at 2.
She did. I think that's a point that people have said that I think every Alter but MHXA is, like, super slim about the fucking chocolates.
Foe is there providing, commentary.
Oh fuck, that means in the voiced version, Ayako Kawasumi has to talk to herself. Yeah, I think she talked about it, but next year's Valentine's is like a hell of 6 months for Kawasumi, because not only does she have to voice all of herself, of which there are many, but also every time fucking Foe shows up, she provides the Foe noises.
Oh, interesting. Made Alter almost calls Foe, Kath Plug. Interesting.
Well, I mean, she would know.
Yeah.
Hey, is that Merlin's weird cat dog thing?
So I'm just enjoying this.
No, that's fine. There's gonna be a little bit of editing on this because you died a couple of times. But I think we're mostly through. We're over an hour. I don't think we'll have a second episode because there'll be 2 weeks of this event, so we don't need to harp on Valentine's any more than we have already. You know?
Oh, wow. She said, take this. This is your requiem. And gave me, it looks like mint chocolate bullets?
Sick.
That's kind of fucking awesome.
But, yeah. There's a lot of...
Uh-huh.
No, Vesper, that's Summer BB's Valentine's next year. Which, by the way, if you love your bad end porn, I think Summer BB's is just the bad end.
Oh, God. Shot through the heart. Way to go. Thanks, Foe.
But yeah, there's a lot of good ones. That said, I am super anticipating this year's JP Valentine's just for the images. That reminds me, Lucky, you need to make a thumbnail.
Ah, no!
But there's going to be a lot of really cool stuff. So why don't we go ahead and also I assume Vesper because you get some in the shop. Like that's another thing I want to keep doing this event because I need this fucking. There's like 100 gold EXPs in this point ladder, which will be great too. Oh fuck! I forgot to check how far I was. I'll do it after this run, maybe if I remember. But let me see servants. Let me actually look who's newish since last year. Because, let's see, who was last year? Okay, Murasaki Shikubu was Valentine's, so duh. So, this year, we will have Valentine's for King Protea, those are both going to be great. If there is not a voiced Gao in the KPVD, riot. Actually, that's a very good question. Will they let you do both for Sima Yi, or just receive chocolates? Because technically, Sima Yi is a dude, but it's Renez, so... Anyway.
Well, that same thing could be said for fucking Kama.
Also true. They might do that too, because I think Kama can do some bathhouse shenanigans in the Benienma event. That'll be interesting. Estrella, Gray, Jinako. That's going to be really interesting to see what she does. Lakshmi. We'll be able to get gifts from a lot of the Lost Belt 4 boys. William Tell, Arjuna Alter, Ashvathaman, Asclepius. Asclepius is probably going to give you the magic come back to life juice. As mentioned, I've mentioned several times, Mao should have 2. Because one of the forms is technically male, the middle one. So you should be able to both receive chocolates and receive a gift back. Tiny Da Vinci will be in there. Nagakage Toro will be in there. All the new bronzes, which should be super interesting. You know, a lot of them are male, but I'm sure that Gareth and Charlotte will get you something nice, and Salome will get you a chocolate skull to terrify you.
Yeah.
We have all the new summers, so we'll see what Summer Carmilla comes up with. and Summer Portorio Ruler. Oh fuck, there's another melt, so we'll see what Lambda does. That'll be great. It'll be something deeply soul-crushing, I'm sure. Space Ishtar, of course. That can't not be weird. Also Calamity Jane. Saber Astolfo will have 2, obviously. We'll get Nightingale Santa. We'll get Europa, and we'll get Yang Chocolates. So it should be a super interesting lineup when they unveil it, so I'm really curious to see what they do. And also possibly to watch the scenes, because we can do that. Because they're voiced now. There's a lot I want to know.
Omega, I'm not gonna lie, I think I drink too much alcohol. I don't know if I can actually do a thumbnail.
I can do a drunk nail.
If you want to do a drunk nail, that's fine, but I'm probably gonna pass out after this episode.
Are you on the floor right now? You sound like you're on the floor.
I'm not on the floor!
Okay.
I shouldn't have had the third one, I'm sorry.
Rip. Okay,
Rip.
I'll make a thumbnail. It'll be funny. I'll just have to look at what I did in the past to see what the fuck I'm doing. I'll make some shit up. It's okay. You do sound a little muffled though. It's kind of weird.
That's because I haven't. Hang on. Okay, maybe that's better. Sorry, I was leaning on my microphone.
Okay. All right.
I'm very tired.
With that hilarity, we'll probably wrap up. Because there was no Babylonia last week. There will be one this week, I believe.
Did they actually air a recap, or
I don't know, because it wasn't on Funny, so I don't know what they actually did.
Google. I don't want to Google. I'm gonna Google.
Hey, chat, tell me.
Babylonia. Is that how you spell Babylonia?
Also, Robin, we will totally get you for Saber Astolfo, because that's how regular Astolfo works. Astolfo will give you a chocolate and also receive chocolates. That's those 2 out of the way.
I don't fucking know. Whatever.
Apparently everybody else is asleep because everybody in chat left. There's like 3 people left. Rip.
It's sleepy boy time.
We are professionals. Alright, let's get this out of the way. So, new month, new Teach Me Omega Sensei. Yeah, I was a dumb and only posted the poll today. It'll run a little bit longer than normal. Fuck, I looked at this before we started the show, and I don't remember now.
What?
I looked at the topics, and some people had already voted on them, so... Let's see.
Okay. That's good.
What do we got? We'll load something. That'll take forever. Thanks, Patreon. Well, I can list the topics at least. So, it's, what is the Moon Cell?
Okay.
What is, Magecraft? What is a Lost Belt? What is the Age of Gods? And right now it is a 3-way tie with 6 votes between what is a Moon Cell, what is Magecraft, and what is Age of Gods. Shockingly, Lost Belt still left out in the cold.
Since I think a lot of our listeners are Ian, until we actually get into the Lost Belt, I don't think a lot of people are going to be super concernicus.
Sure, I can see that.
Yeah.
It'll probably do a Coffin. Is it next month, Lost Belt one? I think it is. Though I did have good news, because you were asking on stream about when the next, double, suck rate is. We should be getting the equivalent of 12 million downloads later this month, which one will mean a Kiara rate up.
Mm-hmm.
And also I think it's a rank up, which is one of her rank ups too. But, also that'll be when we switch to master missions, giving you 3 quartz frags per master mission instead of 2. So you should get an extra St. Quartz a week if you do all your master missions. That's pretty rad. Anyway, Lucky Sleepy. We don't have to recap Babylonia this week. I did the Patreon poll thing. Next week we'll probably talk more about Valentine's, and I'm sure the new Valentine's only out, and we'll talk about who Kida Kida Archer is.
I'm excited.
And stuff maybe. I think on the stream they announced a lot of stuff for Arcade, which makes me sad.
Yeah, we got Liz Ponytails and
because they're doing Gilfest, I think, so they did Gilfest Gil in his black coat.
Ah, yeah. So edgy.
Though everybody was shook by Ponytail Liz.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I don't remember any big news. I'm gonna look at chat really quick to see if anybody brought up anything else.
News desk.
Yeah, I don't see any recent news. It was just the interlude campaign. Mm-hmm. So we will see. There will be more banners. There will be more stuff. I think they said Lost Belt 5.2 is still spring, so probably not until next month, if then. They were pretty fast on the first part of Lost Belt 5 coming out in winter, because it was early December, so that's a plus, but anyway.
Actually, shouldn't we be getting some news about the FGO Camelot movie soon?
Yeah, I think they had some new previews recently. I am super stoked for that. Can't wait to see it.
Me too.
And I'm probably not going to get through this map and tell you how many chocolates I got, but y'all don't really care that much. It's more than some people, but less than some people, which is pretty typical for us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some people are like, I've got 10 million. And me, I'm like, I think I got 5. I'm cool.
Lucky has right now 1.9 million.
Cool.
Mhm.
Honestly, I think we can round that up. We can say you have 2 million.
Yeah, okay, I like rounding.
There's only 58 million more to go. Though, quite frankly, a lot of people were intimidated by the 60 million. Once you get through, because I don't even know if I'm halfway through the buying the extra shit, your multiplier gets really, really high.
It's a chocolate kicker. Chocolate clicker.
Basically, yes. It's a clicker reference, even though it's 2020. Alright, the show's gonna be done now. I'm gonna do the outro. Lucky can go sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. If you're watching the show on YouTube, be sure to give us a like if you liked it. And also, give us a like anyway, because Lucky is tired.
Mm-hmm.
If you have
Like
any
the
comments,
episode if you like Tired Lucky.
if you have any comments, leave them in the comment section down below, or join our Discord. The link is, as always, in the description or on our channel page. I did some kind of weird point at the floor, point it up with my thumb gesture that you couldn't see, that I don't understand why I did that. If you're new here and haven't already, please subscribe to our channel to get more of whatever the fuck is happening right now. Because I don't know either. It's like, I'm shocked. It's because of the alcohol, but for me, it's also 9:30 at night, so. Anyway, sub to the channel, get all our videos, including Wanteds, and news desks, and podcasts, and other stuff. And even if you're already subscribed, considering the bell for notifications, so you always know when we post a new video, or when Lucky decides to stream, or when I stream. We stream. Notifications will help with that. And of course, like it says at the front of the show, consider supporting us on Patreon. You can listen to the episode in audio format, downloadable, for as little as $1 a month, and it comes to you right away as soon as I'm done editing all the ghosting out of the audio. I have to banish the demons from the audio first. That's canon.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. The demons are around you, but they're not your fault. And, yeah, also at higher levels, you can vote in topic polls, you can listen to the show live, you can get shout-outs. It's really cool. Give us your life-affirming money juice. I just bought a computer. It was kind of expensive.
Like you just paid rent. That was kind of expensive.
Life is expensive. Give us your life money juice so we can live.
Mm-hmm. I also bought eggs.
Ooh, eggs are good. I need to get more practice at scrambling eggs. I don't do it often enough, and I always feel like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I'm good at scrambling eggs, but I want to make tamagoyaki. And make fucking Japanese ass bentos and be all like, bam, ladies, look at me cook food. Mm-hmm.
Weeb levels rising.
Well, yeah, weeb levels rising, but also my cooking levels rising too, and I'm pretty sure at least one of those two things is gonna impress a lady.
Solid. That does remind me about the joke, though, about that one edit of the Learning with Manga gif, which is like, weeb, another weeb, and then Jack pulls out the knife which says fucking weeb and stabs John Weeb in the back. Even though Jack is also a weeb. Anyway, support us on Patreon so that we can continue doing this.
This.
Also, watch the show a lot. It helps. Watch things more. Go back and watch that Semiramis video if you didn't. It's considering I think she's kind of popular and stuff, it's kind of sad it's so low. It should be better. Or watch the Shootin' one. That's a crime. What's wrong with you people? What is wrong with you people? Anyway, show's fucking over. Let's get out of here.
Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the Choco Mandrakes bite.